Oh, what's going on YouTube? And today, this will probably be my last video for today, but it depends on how bored I get. This video, we're gonna do another Annals of Archetypes. And today, I hate to inform you, but today's video is going to be Snake Eyes. Everybody's most hated deck for almost a full year. Thankfully it's died down quite a lot with the ban list, but then Konami decided to revamp them a little bit by giving them some more pieces. So we're just gonna hop in and talk about one of the most hated decks of all time. As you can see, there's only like 12 cards, and with one card coming out, and I'm only doing cards that have Snake Eye come up when you search it in Pro. There are definitely quite a bit of honorable mentions that could go in this deck, like Bonfire, Diabell, and all them, but no, none of them say Snake Eyes for sure. But anyway, let's get into it. Snake Eyes Flamberge Dragon. This card, everybody was talking about this card needed to be limited or banned, but it never saw the ban list. And I think that's fair. I didn't think it was itself the problem. It was the lower level monsters, which, as you can see, they did go to 1 for a while, and now they're back at 2. And original is banned, so that's good. But this card says you could target one face-up monster on the field or in either grave. Place it face-up in its owner's spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target one monster card treated as a continuous spell on the field, special it to your field. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the grave, you can special 2 level 1 fire monsters from your grave. You can only use each effect once per turn. This card was really strong and really powerful, but I don't think it ever deserved the ban list, and thankfully it never did, because it has one of the coolest arts for Dragon I've seen, outside of Blue Eyes and some Red Eyes stuff. But this card is, like I said before, this deck really isn't doing much now since it's consistently got hit. And again, original really hurt. So, but yeah. Anyway, Snake Eyes Diabell Star. When an attack is declared involving this card and an opponent's monster, you can place this card from the field and that opponent's monster face up in their owner's spell and trap zones as a continuous spell. While this card is a continuous spell, you can target one fire monster in your grave, except itself. Place it face up in its owner's spell and trap zone as a continuous spell, and if you do, special summon this card. So you can see the combo with Flamberge, but this one has a non-targeting removal effect during battle, so it's good removal. But again, like I said, this deck just really isn't doing much, and this deck is not as consistent as it was, and with Bonfire limited as well, it's just, it doesn't see a lot of play, but it's still here and there. If you watch my I Broke ABC, you'll see that I am playing this guy in the deck, but I'm not really playing any of the main deck monsters, and go check out that video and see why. But next up is Snake Eyes Oat. This is always a one of. If this card is normal special summon, you can target one level 1 fire monster that is banished or in your grave, add it to your hand or special summon it. You can send 2 face-up cards you control to the grave, including this card, special summon 1 Snake Eye from your hand or deck, except itself. You can only use each effect of itself once per turn. So the combo is you would normal, and then you would either add Poplar or Ash back. Hopefully it'd be Poplar, because that's a free special. And then you can send the 2 face-up cards you control and bring out Flamberge for free, or even Diabell Star and do its shenanigans. But again, this card is just always a one-of, so well, I guess now you'd have to play at least 2 of it in a purifier deck if you really wanted to. But back then, about 8-9 months ago, it was a 2-of, well, a 1-of. And the most hated card in this deck, one of the 2, I think this would be number 2, is Ash. When this card is normal or special, you can add 1 level 1 fire from your deck to your hand. You can send 2 face-up cards, including itself. Special summon 1 Snake Eye from your hand or deck, except itself. can only use one effect, each effect once per turn. Again, this is another way to get into Flamberge or Diabell Star. Well, Diabell. Yeah, Diabell Star. I just forgot the name for a second. But yeah, you would do this, do combos, and then you could either use Oak to bring it back and do more stuff. But yeah, this card was hated for a long time because Bonfire searched it. And then the card you would always search for is obviously Poplar. If this card is added to your hand except by drawing it, special summon it. This card is normal special. You can add one Snake Eye spell trap from your hand, deck to your hand. If this card is sent to the grave, you can target one fire monster in your grave, place it face up, owner spell. You can only use each effect. So this would normally search for original Sinful Spoils. Now that that's banned, you would usually just search for Snake Subversion or Chase or Divine Temple. Usually, I think now it's Divine Temple, but since it's a field, you have 3 and a Terraforming, so you have 4. So I don't know. I don't play this deck anymore, so I won't know I don't know the combo now. But this card is probably the most hated card in this deck. This card is always being added and then specialed, and it brings back bad memories playing against this deck, but fun memories playing the deck because it was so fun and consistent. Snake Eye Birch, I think this was a one of at most. I think some decks didn't even play it. If you control fire, you can special summon it. You can only special summon one of these per turn this way. During your opponent's turn, you can send 2 face-up cards you control to the grave, including this one. Special summon one Snake Eye from your hand or deck itself. It is good now. I think it may have been a one-of. I think both Oak and Birch were one-ofs, but now, again, you'd have to play like 2 or 3 of these. It does make a good rank 1. If you go into that route to go make rank 1s, you could make a good, easy rank 1 with this. But yeah, you would also just use this to use its effect to do Diabell Star or Flamberge. So, you know. Sinful Spoils of Subversion. Snake Eye. Target one face-up monster in the field. Place it face-up in its owner's spell and trap as a continuous spell. You can only activate one Sinful Spoils of Subversions. This card actually might be in my side deck session video later this week because it just places a monster on anywhere in the field, spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. And then if you have follow-up, you can pop it with like MST, Twin Twister, Cyclone, and stuff like that. So, or Harpies. So this is a really good card. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a side deck session of this card because this card I feel like could be really good in side decks. It's not like it's specific. It's a generic removal card essentially, so it's a good card. And then the most hated non-monster card in the deck, Original Sinful Spoils, Snake Eye. Send one other face-up card you control to the grave. Special summon one level 1 fire from your hand or grave. You can banish this card from your grave. Then target one Snake Eye or Diabell Star monster in your grave. Add one level fire monster from your deck to hand and place the targeted monster on the bottom of the deck. You can only use one Sinful Spoil effect per turn and only once that turn. This card, I don't have to tell you how good this card is. It's literally banned. But I think it'd be safe to come back to 1, because you don't have 3 Ash or Poplar anymore. But again, if you do bring this back to 1, you'd have to limit the other 2 back to 1 because this card is still ridiculous. Dramatic Snake Eye Chase. Place one Diabell Star monster from your hand, deck, or grave and face up in its owner spell. And trap. As a continuous spell during the end phase, you can banish this card and target one monster treated as a continuous spell. Special summon it. You can only use each effect of Dramatic Chase once per turn. So I've thought about playing this in ABCs and just playing like one Diabell Star, or playing one of these in ABCs and running like 3 of these to, you know, help out. And I might test that later. This is pretty decent. I don't know if it was out at the time the original Snake Eyes all this came out, but it's good now. I think you play like 1 or 2 copies of this now. Divine Temple. I am recording. When this is activated, you can place one Snake Eye monster from your hand, deck, or grave face up in its owner's spell and trap as a continuous spell. Level 1 fire monsters you control gain 1100 attack. Once per turn, if your opponent normal special summons a monster, you can target one monster card in the field and special summon it to your field. This card is good. You definitely play 3. You play 3 and a Terraformer. So, yeah. Starting Stare, the Snake Eyes. If you watch the ABC video, you know I'm siding deck this. For that deck, the total levels of Snake Eye monsters you control are 2 or higher, which is easy. Activate one of these. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls during their zone, playing it face-up in its owner's spell and trap. Again, removal. Target one monster card, continuous spell in the field, special summon it to. So removal and putting a monster on your side of the field. Unfortunately, you'd have to have like 2 of these in one set just to be able to use it. So it's going to take at least 2 turns if it don't get removed by back row removal. The extra deck is Snake Eyes Doom Dragon, Snake Eye monster plus illusion. Must be either fusion summoned or special summoned by sending 2 face-up monster cards from your spell and trap zone to the grave. If this card is special summoned, you could target one face-up monster in the field, place it face-up in its owner's spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. Again, I play this in ABC because ABCs put a lot of monsters as continuous cards in the spell and trap zone, so this is really good. You don't have to fusion summon it if you do it that way. But Snake Eye Illusion, Illusion is pretty good because the deck was playing a bunch of Illusion monsters in it, so yeah. And the final card is the OCG Snake Eyes Execute Dragon. Tuner, non-tuner monster. During the main phase, you can target one face-up monster on the field or in either grave. Place it face-up in its owner's spell and trap as a continuous spell. Also, this card cannot use this effect in its turn. During the battle phase, you can target 2 cards on the field, 1 monster and 1 continuous spell, destroy them. You can only use each effect of once per turn. The first effect's pretty good because it helps set up for more plays later on. So the battle phase effect is actually really good because you can enter battle, destroy 2 cards, and then do potentially lethal damage. So yeah, that's pretty good. But anyway, guys, I know people probably have PTSD from this deck, and thankfully I do too. So I'm right there with you. But the deck was fun to play, and it still has some cool interactions with certain cards like ABCs today. So, but yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, adios.